are you showing off? Wow. Hello. This is impromptu, very impromptu, but I have to get some things off my chest because I do not. I made a terrible mistake. I want to clear it up. I don't know what's going on with Johnny Mac and pizza and all them, and I frankly don't care. But I want to make one thing perfectly clear. I made a big mistake backing Pizza. He is absolutely a dog abuser. I've saw two different dogs, Banjo and Leon, get abused, and I didn't forget about it, but I overlooked it because I thought getting after SoFlo would be worth fouling Pizza. Well, that was a big mistake because I can get after SoFlo by myself. Because guess what? Pizza and Johnny Mac and even FBS, they're all kumbaya friends now. Well, not me, SoFlo. Not me. I don't forgive and I don't forget. And I know what you said about me for no reason other than that you are an ungrateful, woman-beating, pull-stick bandit. And I stand by what I said. I will never forgive you. I'll never forget you. And if you can't find anybody to run your mouth about, because it looks like you're trying to be friends with everybody, run them about me. Try that. Try calling me up instead of some woman. Call me up. Because I, for one, can say, let me tell you this. Mac and Pizza are trying to justify their smoothing things over with SoFlo because FBS gave them the number and talked SoFlo into calling Pizza's mother. Well, let me tell you something, one thing right now. I don't care if Donald Trump ask me to call somebody's mother or somebody's brother or somebody's job. I wouldn't do it. That goes to the character of the person. And if that person has no character, which is 98% of the bottom feeders and 100% of MobTube, they all will do it. They don't have a problem showing pictures. They don't have a problem talking about wives. They don't have a problem doing anything that they do. And there's no person, Donald Trump, my boyfriend, my daughter could talk me into doing that despicable stuff. I've never done it, and I'm not going to sit here and justify other people that do it. How can you pick a side when they all do it? But I have some clips that you've never heard of SoFlo because he thought he took them down. But guess what? You're not as good as my informants, Pizza Bandit. Might as well put you together. You're the same. You don't mind talking about families. You both beg for money. I don't know if you abuse animals. You probably don't own one, so I'm not a good judge of that. But I know that Pizza abused animals, and that goes against everything I believe in my whole life. And I knew when I did it, I was making a mistake. I'm sorry, everybody I've tried to tell why I did it. It doesn't justify it. I regret it. It was the worst thing I've ever done in my life is to back a known animal abuser. The rest of the stuff he does, I don't even care about because you all do it. You all use words. You all call people. You all talk about things you don't know nothing about. Well, rule up on me. Dox me. Do something to me because you can't affect me. But to everybody, I want you to know I will never back that dog abuser. I don't care what Johnny Mac does, what kind of sing and dance story he tries to tell me why it's a good deal, because nothing flies with me. Nothing. They're trying to give SoFlo a break and saying FBS was behind it. I don't care who was behind it. The bottom feeders are the same way. Every time they get caught calling a cop or calling a job or calling CPS or posting people's kids, they say, well, so-and-so told me to do it. Do you have brains, people? Do you have your own convictions and your own morals? Nobody could talk me into doing that. Nobody. I don't care who they are. So they're all the same. They're all a bunch of scum. But I will say this. I've got clips of SoFlo, days and hundreds of clips of him dragging me for saying he was ungrateful. And I put the cash apps. He is ungrateful, very ungrateful. He's a woman beater, and he's the pool stick bandit. The only thing, and the funny thing was, I had been talking to FBS on the phone about SoFlo for months before I left, telling him I can't do this dude anymore. He knew it. FBS knew how I felt. He knew exactly how I felt and how he's had the David Monpass shit out there, and it was wrong. You know, that's FBS's problem. He knew how I felt, and I know he won't lie about it. He knew exactly how I felt long before I did anything, long before I quit going in there. And the only thing FBS, and I'm not going to go after FBS and pick sides and all that, because the only thing FBS has ever said about me in public is that he was disappointed, had lost all respect for me because of me following pizza. And I feel the same way, FBS. That was a stupid move. There's no justification for anybody following pizza, knowing what he does to animals. And if they don't know, I've got the video to prove it of both dogs, Banjo and Leon. So that's how I feel about pizza. I don't want anybody asking me any more questions about it. It was a total mistake. It was a bad judgment call, and I regret it. I regret it every single day. And I will not be in a chat or in a room that has him on a panel whatsoever. And now, Minnie, you and my purse. Guess what? The first little shit has been put out today about you, and I've got plenty. And it's no wonder you didn't want everybody to look, because there's little lawsuit papers that I've got a hold of. But I'm going to put them out. Hey, Spiky. Hey, Haunted. Hey, Dan. Hey, everybody. I just did this. And here's Hyena. You want to bless these people? I'm a dog lover, and I could barely... The 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it was, I was following that fool. And even gave him cash apps. I had to look at my precious dogs in their eyes, in their souls, and I couldn't do it. I cannot justify having anything good to say about an animal abuser. And I hope they all attack me, because it seems like I'm the only one that's not a cop caller out of the bunch. So they can attack me, and I'll just play their own stupid words like I'm about to play the Pool Stick Bandits words right now. And as for the bottom feeders, fight, ladies. I'm not getting involved in it. I don't care. I've got bigger fish to fry. Kevin was going to do an interview today, but I had 3 or 4 men here. I had to have an electrician, had to have a guy, Bo, come over here and check on my floors. I had to have my air conditioning guy come, and it wasn't even an air conditioner. So I've been very busy today, but I just got madder and madder and madder every time somebody said, wow, you were the dog abuser and you're this big animal protector. You're absolutely right, people. You deserved an explanation, and now you're getting the explanation. And there's no excuse for it. It was a dumb, stupid move on my part. I'm not going after anybody but SoFlo. I have my foot on his neck. I have copies of him. He called a daughter. He's called wives. He's called mothers. And how come they're all trying to blame this on FBS? I can't figure out, because they were all involved in it. And SoFlo was the one on the phone, yappity yapping. So just like the bottom feeders, well, I would have never called the cops. So-and-so told me. Guess what? Try to tell me to do something, any of you. I dare you. I will not do anything like that. Never have and never will. And now I'm going to play. And I don't want no more discussion about Sophie. I love the way that Sophie covers Jen. I love it, because she don't talk over it. She don't stand there and talk to the chat. And since I'm not going to listen to repeat anymore, because she's dead to me, I go into Sophie's and listen. And if anybody doesn't like that, or they got a problem with that, guess what? That's a personal problem. I go and do and say what I want to. That's the way I am. Now, this is the first one that he deleted. And he's sticking up for the great Minnie, who is probably stabbing FBS in the back as we speak.
And stay on that, because you're supposed to be, you're the most wonderful dog advocate.
That's right.
Instead of do that, why don't you be up in arms?
I am.
Miss Lady from Texas.
That was partly right. He was getting after me for the pizza thing. And I should have been up in arms.
Super liberal.
I don't know what this super liberal thing is.
She should be up in arms right now. Instead of making a video of Manny saying that she's going to dox her.
I doxed Minnie, buddy. She had 10 days. Minnie is getting doxed, Deborah. Deborah, I started today. I've got a lot more stuff to drop, and you are going to get doxxed because you deserve it. I gave you 10 days to come up with some excuse about that keepsake purse that you knew was a keepsake, and you sent some flim-flam flunky to talk to me with some lame excuse. You either sold the stupid thing or you still got it. Because if you were going to get rid of it, you would give it back to me. You're getting doxxed. It started today.
Texas.
Now I miss Texas. Good, you stand beside Minnie because you like backstabbers. Look at little Minnie's face on there. Run straight to SoFlo. Well, now what you gonna do, Minnie? You gonna be with FBS and SoFlo both since they're not really fighting?
Dox away.
Dox away, I am. I started today. Plenty more to come. That better be all you got to say about it, because this isn't your business. A SoFlo, pull stick.
From Texas. I'm not pro super liberal or pro right.
Who cares what you are?
I let you know that. I need to say things how they are.
Do you really? Do you really?
He was, pro liberal stuff, and I was super duper right. No, Miss Bette from Texas. I'm not pro super liberal or pro right.
No, because you're nothing.
Let you know that.
You don't have your own thoughts. That is what he said. I wonder how he feels now, knowing that his little run-to Minnie is over there with FBS. And I hope FBS has got his wits about him, because she will backstab anybody in a minute. And I have put the first dox out, one of many to come. So, Minnie, you better hurry up and come through with something on that purse, or I'm going to let it all out, because I don't owe you a thing. Good day, Terry. I hope everything is well in your world. Harassing who? Ralph, I don't watch people like that anymore. Okay. Trump. Gotta shake my pills. Trump. Hillbilly. A redneck. Just so you know. Johnny Mac. Pizza, SoFlo, all them little people can gang up and deadly. But I don't know where the fuck the rest of them are. I don't care. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I'm not getting off SoFlo, because he said vile shit about me for months for nothing but calling him ungrateful. But he don't say nothing about women. Seriously. And the only thing I heard FBS say, and if anybody's got any proof, is that he was disappointed that I backed pizza. Well, nobody's more disappointed about that than I am. Nobody. I can't believe that I did it. I can't believe I can handle SoFlo by myself. I don't need men helping me. I don't need women helping me. I can use his own words. I despise the man. I despise Minnie. And that's it. And I'm not taking sides. And I never have, and I never will. I do things myself. I've never called a cop. And if you notice, all these big, brave mob wife guys, even FBS, they're all gonna straight to the cops. Johnny Mac, pizza, Gunsmoke, all of them. Oh, they're gonna call the cops. You ever hear me say I'm gonna call a cop? No, because I don't. They want to roll up on me, I'll handle it myself. I don't need a cop. I don't call wives jobs. I think it's despicable to bring women into anything unless they're running their mouths. I deserve to be brought into it, but to bring anybody in my family into it is wrong. When they can't do it, I've gave them every ex-husband I've got. They've got everything on me, and they can't do anything to me. These mob wives and the bottom feeders are so much the same that they're trying to use the fact that somebody gave them a phone number. That's why it's okay. It's all cool to call. I don't do that. I don't care who gives me whose number, who gives me whose job. I will not ever work on it. I have more nudes than when I was in the porn business, because women keep sending me nudes. Have I sent any to anybody? Nobody that you know. I might have sent them some people, some of my relatives up in New York might have got a little laugh out of them. I ain't spread them around. I haven't used them. Why they send them to me, I don't know. I guess it's because they know I won't spread them around anywhere. So FBS, know this. You got the biggest backstabber in the world in your room. SoFlo, know this. Keep running your mouth about me because you obviously don't have nobody else to bitch at. You sound lame. Well, a little bit I've heard of your lives. It's like a grand reunion. You and Pizza and Johnny Mac, you're not going to talk about each other now. And you don't even really talk about FBS. So if there's a feud, help me with it because I can't tell who you're mad at. Maybe you'll say something about me now. Maybe this will fire you up, you ungrateful pull stick bandit, you. Because that's exactly what you are. Exactly. And don't be coming in here saying you're triggered, because I don't care. I don't like that word, triggered. If you're triggered, you need to go somewhere where you won't be triggered. Go to Sesame Street and try watching that. And I don't know about the phone call shit. I don't know how they're getting by with any of it. It's not illegal, but it's stupid. And I, for one, would never do it. Hyena. And it's not a real fight. I really don't think it is. If it is, it's a lame fight. It's the lamest fight I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen two people supposed to be fighting that can't talk about each other. Hi, Hyena. What do you think? You think it's lame? Oh, it is? Are you going to forgive me for backing that dog abuser? Hyena is a very forgiving dog. And I'm sure she will forgive me for that. And don't be starting no shit because I'm over there in Sophie's room. I don't want to hear it because I watch Sophie because I like the way she covers stuff. She don't yap all the way through it. She lets you actually hear what the people are saying. And I don't care if anybody likes it or they don't. That's the only chat you'll catch me in. You ain't going to catch me in Johnny Mac's as long as Pizza's involved. That'll never happen. I ain't got no problems with Johnny Mac. Don't start that either. I just have a problem with his where you've seen that something is not right. Mona, those clips one of my informants got. I don't go in SoFlo's live. I don't watch him either, but I got informants that do. And my informant got those clips for me. He deleted them, but it was too late because I recorded them. So anything he says about me now, I'll get it. I'll record it. He can't delete it. There were hundreds of clips about me. You can ask anybody that knows. He talked about my Virginia. He talked about my breast hanging in the cellar. He talked about me being a meth head. He talked about everything about me derogatory that you can possibly name. He said he wasn't ungrateful. I showed the cash apps. They're on my community page. You can go look at them now. He said he would send that money to an animal shelter. He never did that. He's the one that brought it up. I didn't. So as long as he's running his mouth about me, I'm like you. If I ever hear the word trigger again, will be too soon. Bunch of grown adults don't know how to leave a chat that bothers them. Got more issues than being triggered. Most of the time, I'm replay crew in Sophie's channel. Well, I can't catch her all the time, but when I do, I know she's going to cover the thing and not run her mouth and go, oh, well, if you're having a headache, go do this now. I'm not going to talk about health issues while I'm talking. I'm reading your chat right now because I'm about done with what I'm going to say. I just did this fast because I was tired of everybody saying, why did you ever go with Pizza? I thought you liked dogs, and rightfully so. That was a legitimate question. And I didn't have a good answer for it, except we both were after SoFlo. Well, that's a lie because Johnny Mac and Pizza and SoFlo are holding hands and singing Kumbaya with each other. So there's really nobody attacking anybody. It's a joke. It's a big fake fight, and it's a joke. Brenda, you are 100% true. Yes, you are. I don't have any more clips. The other clips that I had, he had already deleted them, but I got those. And many had run straight to him and said, oh, Terry Time's going to dox me. All you had to do, Minnie, was give me that purse back. That's all you had to do. You took it under false pretenses. You knew that purse was a keepsake. You knew it was special. You knew I didn't need the money. You knew it meant something to me sentimentally. And I didn't bring the purse up till somebody sent me a screenshot in Heidi's room, of all people, another animal abuser. And you said in big letters on the bottom of the screen, fuck Terry Time and that purse. And that's what did it. When you said that, that's when I decided I'm going to dock this backstabbing, and I'm doing it. And I started it today. I started it on Reddit. Then I put a little thing, couple things on Instagram. I'm just going to dribble it out and dribble it out till maybe you get a conscience about you or something to make this right with me. You probably, if you sold it, you probably can't pay me what it was worth, but you could at least tell me the truth instead of sending some flunky that I don't even know who they are trying to give me some flim flam story that you think I'm dumb enough to believe. Oh, I didn't want that purse. She made me take it, and I couldn't stand looking at it, so I gave it away. Well, give it back to me if you couldn't stand looking at it, you idiot. Then you run to Sofa. Oh, Terry's getting ready to dox me. I gave you 10 days. The 10 days were up yesterday. I put the first 2 on Reddit, and I'm going to dribble them out and dribble them out and dribble them out until everybody knows exactly who and what you are and what you look like, because they need to beware. She is a recorder. She records everything. Everything. And recorders don't bother me because I'll say on the phone what I'm saying to you right now. I don't like that stupid Napa. I said it on the phone, and I'll say it right now. I don't like her then, never did like her, not hiding anything about it. Oh, and let me take a drink of my super drink. You're right, Mona. And who is he scared? Oh, he scared Johnny Mac and them, I guess, but he sure hasn't scared me. He might even have FBS scared. The fucker don't scare me. What's he going to do? He's going to roll up on me. It'll be the biggest mistake he ever made in his life. You're going to beat me with a pool stick? I can take a beating. I've had plenty of them. I won't call the cops on him. Like everybody else, pizza, I'll call the cops. Mac, I'm going to go file papers. FBS, I'll call the cops. They're all cop callers, and real mob guys were not cop callers, and real 1%ers are not cop callers, and I'm not a cop caller. And I've never named one time I have ever talked about a woman's looks. All I've said is they're crazy to wear them avatars. Never showed it. You have never seen me show a child on my channel, ever, or talk about a family member. Tabitha, Johnny Mac's wife, is wonderful. Shanna seems wonderful. Tina seems wonderful. I'm not going to talk about them because they're not involved in this. I don't know if Tina did all that stuff they're accusing her of or not, but I know I haven't seen any proof. All I've heard is this, yappity yap. So let me make this perfectly clear. I have nothing to do with pizza. I will never be in a chat with him. I will never be. If he's on a live, I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm still with Johnny Mac, but it looks to me, whether they deny it or not, looks to me like they're all friends, everybody. Looks to me like the whole gang is friends. My last comment to you didn't, oh, you're talking to each other? That's good, because I can't really concentrate and read. I wish there wouldn't have been so many men here. It was embarrassing. Kevin called to do the interview, and I had the air conditioner guy was here because my heat wouldn't come on. He said, it's not the heater, it's in your breaker box. Well, I don't know electrician. My electrician passed away. So then my friend, Bo, came to look at something in my bathroom, a floor. He's going to put a new floor in, build a new cabinet. So he came. Kevin was on the phone with me. All these people are showing up. They were around here a while, and they're going to come back Monday and finish it. And then Kevin called again. I was going to try to do a live with him. And then here comes the electrician. Going to be here tomorrow. I've got shit to do Friday. I've got a good friend that I worked at the salt mine with for over 45 years. And I promised I'd spend the day with her. Now that's going to be messed up because of the electrician. I've already talked to Kevin. He can't get back on the phone because of the jail. But I will do an interview with Kevin. And I've got some special questions for him. How you like the way everything matches? I've got everything in black because I'm in a very black mood. That gets super chat. I know. Why are these content creators arguing about money? They all beg. I call it begging. You can call it whatever you want to, but they all do it. And who cares? Who cares who gives them money? Who cares if they ask for it? Because they all do. So mind your own business. If you don't like the way they get their money, then shut up about it. Figure out some other way to do it. Go be a lizard like me, or a porn person like I was. Do something like that, or get a job for 45 years and have a big 401k like I did, or have some inheritance like I did, or have a bunch of ex-husbands like I did. Do something besides get on here and beg. If I do get money, it goes to the Animal Defense League of Texas, and I'll tell you a little bit about them, and I'm on the board. They're not an animal shelter. They're a group of lawyers that take the cases of abused animals, because the animals don't have anybody to represent them. Animals are totally innocent. Now look at this. Haunted Ghost. Y'all hit that like. Give our beautiful TT some love. Thank you, Haunted Ghost Tube, and that will go to the Animal Defense League, and I'm on the board, and I don't know if they have it in all the states, but Texas, it's wonderful. It's a group of attorneys, and when there's a case coming up about abused horses, dogs, cats, it doesn't matter, they represent the animal for free, pro bono, and they only take donations, and they let me know whenever there's a trial, like in Dallas, that I can go to and see, because most of these animal abuse cases, you never see how they end. You see the Humane Society getting the skinny horses and the animals out, but you never see what happens in the court cases. Never. Well, this wonderful group that I'm in does that. They go to court and they make sure these animals have representation. They make sure they do. So I think it's a wonderful organization. There's no funny business. You give it right to the law firm. They tell me whenever there's a case, I can go check it out. So the money's not getting misused. I do give some money to a Pekingese shelter in Alabama. Some of them are going to be taking care of my Pekingese when I pass. But other than that, it all goes to the Animal Defense League of Texas. You can look it up. You can check it out. Great group of attorneys that have the animals' rights at heart. And please, everybody, please, please forgive me for ever backing pizza. Ever. When I look in that dog's face, I can't even hardly stand to think that I did that. And that poor other dog was even worse. You better hope you never see any videos on that dog. Ball Cat, $20. Thank you so much. And the Animal Defense League will love it. And I don't think a lot of people knew about that Animal Defense League. I never knew anything about it. I don't know if it's in every state, but I know the one here in Texas is absolutely wonderful. Have you ever thought about who represents those animals? Have you ever even thought about it? Now, somebody big like Michael Vick, big famous person, I'm sure those dogs had some representation, but just regular dogs that get abused every day, cats, horses starving to death, cows starving to death. Did you ever think whoever took their case to court? Animal Defense League does, and they're wonderful. And they keep you posted. You know where every dime of your money goes. You can go to the court. You can see it. You can watch them, the animals be represented, and it's wonderful. A lot of the animal shelters are not on the up and up, people. I'm going to tell you that right now. A lot of the animal shelters could care less if you give them money, if you don't, if you take them dog food, if you don't, they just don't care. A lot of the animal shelters in Texas, this is stupid. They catch somebody in Texas fighting dogs, because I worked with a guy that saw mine that did it. That's how I know I'm telling the truth. So you know what they did to him to punish him? Let him go work at the animal shelter for his community service. And you know what he got to do? He got to help euthanize the animals. Now, how is that rehabilitating somebody that's fighting dogs in the first place? It's asinine. And that's when I decided to quit just giving money to shelters willy-nilly. I give to the one in Alabama that I've been to and checked out, and I know the people, and the Animal Defense League. Because just giving money to a Humane Society, they're a scam. Basically, the shelters don't care. When the big hurricane was in Houston and people sent tons and bags and bags and bags of dog food, they found it all in a warehouse rotted. They didn't even give it to the animals. So if you really are serious about helping animals, the Animal Defense League's the way to go. Listen, my fur baby, where is little Hyena? I'm going to do something with Hyena and see if you think this is cute, because she loves camera. Hyena is going to do a food review with me at Taco Bell for Brenda. Would you guys like to hear that? Because I'll let her have a little taste of it, and she'll say if it's any good or not. Will you ever forgive me for backing pizza? Will you ever forgive me? I think she'll forgive me, people. She's a very forgiving dog. And I think actually she's way more popular than I am. Everybody likes Hyena. Everybody don't have a hyena, but they like her. And she says the fighting is fake. I know the fighting between Mac and them are fake because you can't be friends with somebody who's calling your daughter, threatening to rape her one day and then sticking up for him the next. That ain't how it works. I have vendettas for life. I don't know if it's the half Italian in me, my mother's half, or what. But when I get mad at somebody, they're dead to me. And I don't ever forget it, and I don't ever forgive it. And if the pool stick bandit runs his mouth about me, I'm going to be playing the clips. Because guess what, buddy? You're not going to delete the stuff and get by with it because I'm recording it. I'm downloading it all. So say some more stuff. Make a fool out of yourself some more. Hi, Gigi. How you doing? Jenny Patterson. I really don't have much to say. I wish Kevin could call in later. I asked him if he could because I had so much going on. I think him and my floor guy are best friends now. They talked on the phone to each other. And anyway, he's going to do an interview from prison, and he has had an exciting prison life because he actually knows the two guys that killed Whitey Bulger, and he has a picture of them with him. But you know, a lot of them mob guys I don't know, but he does. So he'll be interesting in all the little stores they have going on in there, and he's a barber, and he can talk about that. There's a lot of interesting stuff. And if I dare to play his virtual and show him, but I don't want to get him in any trouble, he's fine to look at too. Believe me, if you got enough money, you can get anything you want. Got to go, TT. Have an amazing show. Text me sometimes. I will. And listen, I'm not going to be on here much longer. I just wanted to straighten the Tony Pizza mess out and the Johnny Mac mess because they seem to think just because Johnny Mac's over there hanging with pizza that I am. Believe me, I'm not. I'm a solo person. I'm not in a fight with none of the women. I'm not in a fight with Deadly and Brittany and all that stuff. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even care. Because guess what? Trump. I hang with my Trump people. I don't have time for all this mob tube stuff because I got real life stuff going. So thank you so much for the super chats. And you need to really look that up because I bet that Animal Defense League is in every state. I can't believe that it's just Texas. Well, you come on and see me then, Gigi, because I live in the woods. If you like to shoot guns, we can shoot some guns, or we can play with the Pekingese, whatever you want to do. We can go honky tonking. We can go Harley riding. We can go gun shooting. Whatever you want to do, we can do. We can go to a Trump rally. He was in Waco. If I'd known it was there, I'd have went and done my own videos. We can do whatever you want to do, Gigi. I can do everything. Trump. That's right, Brenda. So I'm about done. I really wish I could have had Kevin in here. But it is what it is. And I don't have a filter. This is me. This is how I look. And I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't like avatars. Never have. Never will. I grew up shooting on. Well, come on, Mona. You women come down here and we'll do a shooting. I've got it. Guns, ammo, and a good place to go shoot, and we even blow stuff up. So it'll be fun for everyone. And hopefully some of them mob tube guys will roll up on a bunch of women that know how to handle themselves and won't run and call the cops. That's right, Gigi. Anyway, I love all y'all. I just wanted to straighten the pizza mess out because it was getting pretty messy today. I didn't like how it was going. I didn't like how things were being said. So I wanted to straighten that out. I wanted to make it perfectly clear that Minnie, yes, I am doxing you, started today. I'm going to drop more, dribble it out, tell everybody, know. And guess what? There's a big lawsuit I found. Big old lawsuit. So if I was you, I would get to me with some real story about that keepsake purse because that person you sent to me, if it wasn't you, was lame, and I don't fall for it. You asked me for that purse. Don't even try and sit there and say I forced it on you. I've got plenty of things. I don't force them on anybody. I'm not taking sides with anybody. I like who I like. And that's the way I'm going to continue to be. And thanks again for the super chats. In fact, if they'll let me film in a courtroom, then I don't know if they will. I would love to show you one of those trials where the Animal Defense League is really in there fighting for animal rights. It doesn't matter if it's cows, horses, whatever animal was abused, they're in there giving it a right to fight. So I don't want any more questions about pizza. That was a mistake. It was maybe a 2 to 3 week mistake, but it was a mistake, and I'll never do it again. I will never, never support an animal abuser. Never. And the other people that are dead to me, I won't mention their names, and I'm not getting involved in all these females fighting. I like who I like. I like watching Sophie. I like the way she covers stuff. And the rest of the time I hang in rooms, fish rooms and stuff. Oh, and I'm going to do a live from the pet store. I found it, and I got some beautiful fish. He has a lovely pet store. He's a lovely person. I'm so glad I found him, so I'm going to do that. And Hyena is going to join me on a food review. She said she would grace my presence. I don't know how good her food stuff is going to be. Oh, man, I don't dare to show you my guns because YouTube is funny, but I bet I have 60 right here in this room right now. Just in this room, at least. Guess what, FBS? Instead of collecting sneakers, you should collect firearms because they only go up and up and up in value. And the more stupid liberals like Biden get in there, the more the ammo and the guns are going to be. So invest your money in something that's going to be worth some money. Don't invest it in Louis Vuitton purses and give it to somebody you thought was your friend. Don't do that. Keep them. I at least have 60 guns in this room. I ain't sure. I got a picture of them, but I'm not dumb enough to show it. And I've got some out in the shed. I've got some in the living room. I've got some in every room but the kitchen. Anyway, it sounds like fun, you gun-toting ladies. We'll have a ball. We can shoot. We can drink. I can take you around some copper-burning meth head fun, partying people. And there's some weed heads, too, for you ladies that like the weed. I know a bunch of them. I'm just not one. Not because I didn't try. I just can't inhale. So anyway, I'm not ashamed of my sexual stuff that I've done. Not a bit. Never will be. I never had to ask anybody for money. That's why I don't ask for money now, because I never had to. I know how to get money. I know how to make money. And I know how to save money. Now I'm spending a little money on my Kevin number 7, but it's worth it because after all, he's fine looking and I love talking to him. And you're going to love him too when I get him to do an interview because he's actually interesting. Anyway, I agree. Sophie is calming and I don't have a problem with Sophie. The only time I had a problem with Sophie, it was some other person causing the problem, and that person's dead to me, so I don't care what she does now. I don't care who's in Sophie's chat. I know how to act. I don't have to fight with people. So ladies, men, whoever's in there, I just want to get this message out because I'm tired of people asking me about it. And they're saying if I'm picking sides, I'm not. But to be fair, FBS knew exactly what I thought about SoFlo for a long time. And he didn't say nothing about me except the pizza stuff. And he couldn't have said anything worse about me than I say about myself because that was pathetic. And I really can't defend it, but I'm trying. I'm trying to. It was indefensible. So, love y'all. Ciao. Thank you so much for the super chats. And if I can, the next trial I go to, I will try to film exactly what that Animal Defense League is, because it's wonderful. Live and learn. Be wise at TT's age. That's right. I didn't live to be 72 for nothing. In this good of health. And never had to ask anybody for anything. Not even my husband's. I had my own money. I had my own checking account. I've never asked a man for anything or a woman. I've always stood on my own 2 feet. I don't need anybody to help me with SoFlo. If he runs his mouth, I'll be glad to play his clips and make a fool of him. He's still a wife beater. He said it again not long ago. Said he wished he'd had a baseball bat. Tried to justify that. You can't justify that. I even tried to make the argument that SoFlo was worse because he beat a human, but actually, any of you that know me, I put those lives equal and depending on the human ahead of human life. I am an animal advocate, and no animal advocate should be seen at all following somebody that they know with video proof did terrible things to 2 dogs that I know of. So I'm just making that clear to everybody. Ciao. Oh, did I shake my pills? For the hillbilly. See, well, please get the pill shaking right. You don't shake your pills and say, I'm trying to get pills. You shake your pills and say, I'm trying to get some females. Got it? It was cute, Siwa, and I'm not mad about it. I think it was cute you were shaking your pills. Bye-bye.